What should we do here? They've sued for the back rent. Is it too early to sue? I mean, what's your position on that?
For me, I think it is too early. We've never had a formal discussion in person. It was all over the phone. I was very communicative with Henry and with my personal building manager of my building. Nothing was told besides that I needed to make a notice for me leaving the apartment. So I pretty much was in the dark until I was served the papers.
Okay. I'm looking at Defendant's Exhibit B. And Jerome, you seem to be very up to date, obviously, on the laws. Tell me why this COVID-19 rental debt would not apply under the circumstances. That here, the rent owed during the relevant period would not be due until February 1, 2024.
Well, the opportune thing is that these are for tenants in possession, so they can't be, it's tied to the eviction of a unit. So a tenant in possession can hold this debt in abeyance until the later date. But a tenant, once they're out of possession, they're technically not considered a tenant. So these provisions are directly related to tenants that would face eviction, et cetera.
Where does it say that?
Well, it's about tenants. This is not...
I mean, I'm looking at COVID-19 rental debt. There's nothing about tenants. Okay, tell us why you provided us with Exhibit B.
I had no knowledge that I was under any protective COVID laws whatsoever. All I knew was what I spoke with Henry, and I found this by looking for more legal help. And when I saw it, I was a little flabbergasted, because that means that I could continue to pay and be in good faith with this building. And according to this, that I didn't really do anything wrong other than losing my job and trying my best to be honest and to repay what I owe. And just seeing that makes me wonder why I was being sued.
Do you believe you would be able to repay the balance owed by February
Yes, Your
of
Honor.
2024? Why do you think that you would be able to catch up by February of 24?
I do own a small business. I'm a tarot reader. I've been reading tarot for 3 years, and that's
what?
Tarot reading, like reading cards and fortunes.
She could tell your fortune.
I'd be happy to give you all readings. But I do have a small business. I have my own LLC that I've been working on, and I do have that as my fallback whenever I'm without work.
I gotcha.
However, it's a little hard to use that as proof of income most times for new buildings or leases or trying to get a car. So I always do try to have at least a part-time or full-time job on the side. And if I'm ever between that, I default back to full-time tarot reading.
I think I have what I need.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions.
I don't either.
Either of you?
No.
Okay, so the parties are excused while we deliberate in this
Thank you, Your
matter.
Honor.
All right, we've reached a verdict. It's unanimous. Let me say, first of all, Jerome, you needed to step up during COVID to feel the needs of your tenants, to be sympathetic towards them and understanding, and you did nothing to violate the spirit of the law with respect to COVID and evictions. And for that, I think you should be publicly complimented.
Thank you.
And Madeline, I think you made every effort to be a good tenant.
Thank you.
To pay your rent on time to the plaintiff. So we decided that you owe back rent, and you owe back rent for $4,550. Where we had issue with your position, Jerome, was with respect to the painting. We interpret that section that you quoted to us as not being an automatic painting every year of every apartment, where you can charge 1/3 of the cost to paint to each of the successive tenants. We don't think that's what the law intended. Therefore, we're going to deny your request for 1/3 of the painting. And as far as the trash, there really is no evidence of it other than your verbal representation. We see no records. We see nothing preserved with respect to that. So we're going to also deny you that. But the verdict is in your favor for $4,550. Thank you both very much.